bright screens glow. Links in bio. Hit that play. Let the stream roll. This is the Roundtable Podcast. Turn it up. Let the time slip past. Voices spin like a midnight cast. We go deep. We don't move fast. This is the Roundtable Podcast. Hit repeat. Make the moment last. Every thought like a signal blast. Lock it in. Feel the forecast. Click in, tune out the noise. Hot takes, cold drinks, old joys. Story after story in a chain. Laugh breaks cutting through the brain. This is the Roundtable Podcast. Turn it up. Let the time slip past. Voices spin like a midnight cast. We go deep. We don't move fast. This is the Roundtable Podcast. Hit repeat. Make the moment last. Every thought like a signal blast. Lock it in. Feel the forecast. Round and round, same feet. New sound. Hey. Name in the chat. Yeah, you're part of it now. This is the Roundtable Podcast. Turn it up. Let the time slip past. Voices spin like a midnight cast. We go deep. We don't move fast. This is the Roundtable Podcast. Hit repeat. Make the moment last. Every thought like a signal blast. Lock it in. Feel the forecast.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Howdy. How y'all doing? We are here on the round table as per usual with my co-host, Mr. Raccoon.
Howdy.
So Raccoon, why do we have people looking at us very awkwardly?
I don't know, because we're everybody's favorite movie.
I mean, good enough reason as it is, I guess. But yes, guys, we are actually talking about movies today, which is a little bit out of the norm since it's not gaming, but as I like to kind of tout, like I kind of like to tout for this podcast, we talk about games, we talk about movies, we talk about comic books and everything in between. As nerd culture, as it were. But, guys, this is our movie episode. And we are talking about movies that really inspired us. Like, really molded our views and the way we thought and challenged our way of thinking at some times and made us, the people who we are today. So, shall we begin, Mr. Raccoon?
Absolutely.
So, I like to come up with a few questions for us to discuss. And please, guys, if you are watching this on the YouTubes, either comment down below or in chat. what would you answer each of these questions? But the first question I have is, what is the first movie you remember changing you? Even if you didn't understand why at the time, right? So, if you don't mind, Raccoon, I will say mine.
Absolutely, go for it.
One of my earliest memories of a kind of horror movie was I didn't even I wasn't even old enough to watch it. I'm gonna be honest. I think a few of my family members rented the first Nightmare on Elm Street,
Oh God.
and I kid you not, I think I was about maybe 4 or 5, and I walked into the den where my family members were watching this, and I just remembered I think it was in the first one. I just remember Freddy Krueger walking down the street and like his arms extending and
Oh yeah.
like walking towards whoever the hell he was chasing at the time. And I saw that briefly, and then someone like pushed me out of the room basically. It's like, no, you're not allowed to watch this. Right? But that, I kid you not, that image stuck with me to this day. And I just remember feeling just this absolute dread of this inescapable monster coming towards and the way they shot it was just beautifully like he was walking towards you and you could not escape him, right? And so that, for lack of a better word, traumatized the shit out of me as a young kid. So like, yeah, that was one of my images that I had on my list. What about you, Raccoon?
So the one I had was the first Captain America movie.
Okay.
I remember watching it and seeing Steve Rogers when before the serum. You know, he's just this little tiny guy,
Right.
but seeing him make big strides towards what he wanted, and then seeing what he became after the serum, it motivated me as a kid. Like I seen that and I went, I want to make a difference. I want to change how people view the world, kind of thing.
That's an interesting pick
So
because he had that heart in him too. You know what I mean? Like he
yeah,
was willing to
like
make the sacrifice play even before the serum.
yeah,
Right?
like when they're doing the training thing and that general has like his doubts, so he throws that grenade.
Yep.
He's like grenade, and everybody runs, and like his star pupil that he wanted to have the serum runs, but Steve Rogers, being the tiny guy, he jumps on it so that way everybody else would be safe.
Yep.
And it was like that moment there, you seen that, and it's like he was willing to make the sacrificing play in order to protect everybody else.
Yeah. That is a powerful image. I will give you that. So the next kind of question I came up with was, which movie influenced you personally, your views or worldviews more than you expected? So Raccoon, go ahead.
So after some like kind of thinking, I went with V for Vendetta.
Love that movie.
Oh, dude, I love that movie too. I mean, I'm not big into politics and stuff, but like,
Near my.
that movie is just beautiful, and it teaches you that despite who is in power or who's up there as an elite, they're all twisted. They don't care about the people, and it's just showing how this one man made such a big movement
Mm,
to finish what happened, to make to make a name for himself. It was incredible to watch the movie through and through like that. Like he knew what he wanted. He went for it. He never stopped. He
Right.
just went until the end, and it was so beautifully crafted.
Well, there's a lot of allegories you can take from that, right? Like there's um kind of like the one drop in the pan that creates the ripple kind of thing. You know, the actions of one person can basically
Like a
affect
domino
many,
effect.
right? Exactly, like dominoes, right? So yeah. My pick for this question is, it may be a kind of odd pick, but it made such an impact on me, and so I picked Schindler's List. Now,
Okay.
the reason why, if I'm not sure if you've watched the movie, it is a long movie, but I remember watching it on, for those younger people, a thing called VHS.
Ah, yes, the VHS.
um and it was like four movies, where it was like multiple hours long, but like the reason why it just made such an impact on me is it inspires you to stand up for humanity, right? For being good in dark times, and because I don't know if you've seen the movie, but um it's all about a German, I'm not gonna go over the entire thing, but it's about a German man who tries to save as many Jews as he can from the concentration camps. And
Right.
it just, the way he went about it, the way he was portrayed, um like they didn't portray him as a great person, they portrayed him as a person, right? Like I believe he also cheated on his wife. I'm possible, I could be misremembering things, but the overall arcing part that inspired me was he stood up and tried to do as much good as he could, um in a point where it was looked almost insurmountable, right? Like he was, to kind of parrot what you would say, he was the bright light in someone's darkness, right? And
Right.
he helped a lot of people, and you know, doing what he could with what he had, and that kind of just really inspired me. So, but I this next question, um I have made I have thought about this for a very long time, for almost 30 years. And it really stuck with me. So the question I have here is which on-screen hero became your template for who you want to be when you grow up, or growing up? What inspired you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my two that I picked were, I had to go with two because to me, both of these characters had such a profound um relationship with me, right? Because I'm not gonna get into it, but I had to look for role models, right? And so
Right.
these two characters really influence who I came to be as a young man. And the first one was Superman, of course, right? So, you
Okay.
know, justice, honorable, you know, like very powerful, always fought for good. Um, just a beacon of fighting for the little guy kind of thing, right?
Right.
And then, of course, my second one is a little guy. It's Wolverine. So,
I freaking
not
knew it.
right, like the picture above my head is not a fucking indication, right? But of course, again, with like Superman, Wolverine was always a person that may not have always played nice with others, but if he saw injustice, if he saw something happening that was just so wrong, he would do something about it, right? And he does that time and time again. For example, with the Murlocs, he doesn't really want to, but he ends up going along because it's the right thing to do, and fight. He ends up fighting and, you know, overthrowing Callisto with Cyclops and Storm and everyone like that. Spoilers. But
After the fact, spoilers.
well, like, you know, like, and it's also part of the animated series. So if you haven't seen it, listen, it's a very old series. Do yourself a favor.
Watch it.
Yes, watch it entirely if you can, of course.
Do it. I don't care if you can or not. Do it.
Yes, break the laws of physics and do it anyway. But
Absolutely.
like he, like with Jubilee, he has that father-daughter relationship there. He always tries to protect her. He stands up for his family. Even though sometimes he leaves them to make their own mistakes. At the end of the day, you can count on him to stand up for what he believes is right. He has his own core honor, right? A code of honor that he follows. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, like that thing you were saying about how he leaves them to make their own mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of a thing that a father does. You know, we want to step in all the time, but we know that they have to make that mistake so that way they can learn. And like every dad can relate with that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you see your kids ready to do something, and you're like, "Oh, you're gonna get," but you don't intervene because you know this is like a good learning moment for them, and it gives them that chance to have like their own decisions.
Yeah, and I'm kind of reminded of Christopher Titus, one of my favorite comedians. He says mothers will tell you lessons, fathers will make you earn it. And he goes into his own story about, you know, he was going to put a fork in a light socket, and his mom goes, "Oh, don't do that." And his dad says, "No, go ahead, son. Let's see what happens." And of course, you know, he flies across the room. He's like, "Well, now you're not going to do that again, are you?" Right? So like that's kind of what reminds me of that kind of feeling. Like they will let you make your own mistakes, but obviously that's possibly dramatized, right? But um I'm a very proud father, and I agree that sometimes you have to let uh not only, you know, your children, but like people make their own mistakes and they learn. And sometimes you can often give them advice, right? But it's up to them to take it. So yeah, sorry about going off on a little bit of a tangent there, guys. But yes. Number 4 I have is what movie?
Oh, I don't get to say my two.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
So, my first pick was Captain America.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like what you were saying with Superman. He's always standing up for the little guy.
Right.
You know, there could be an army against him, and he always stands there proud, knowing that he's gonna motivate somebody. I mean, we've seen it countless times, like even in comics. He's
Yeah.
always one against many, and he knows it, but he knows that by him taking this action, there's a high chance of motivating the next generation to step up.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, similar to like my second pick, which was Cyclops,
Gotcha.
because, I mean, he's the
Of
literal
course.
definition of. Shut up. He's like the literal definition of it's him against the world. I mean, like he becomes the leader, and even though most of humanity hates the mutants, he still does his best to fight and protect them against other threats, regardless of the terrible things that they do towards him and his people. It's being the bigger man.
Yeah, I could see the correlations there for both of you, or both of your picks. And of course, you know, Raccoon and I are very much about X-Men, of course, but
Oh, yeah.
we make no qualms about hiding our favorites, of course, because you know Wolverine and Cyclops, of course, being our favorite characters. So, but I could see, like, especially with Cap, you know, like when he, especially in the first movie, when he's fighting, no, sorry, it's is it in the first movie, like when he's fighting Bucky, right?
No, that's Winter Soldier.
Yes, yeah. So in the second movie, he when he's fighting Bucky, he's not giving up, right? Like he's defending himself, right? But he's not actively trying to hurt Bucky, especially in the last fight, like the helicarrier fight.
Right.
He stays there. He's like, dude, I'm here until the end of the line, you know? And yeah, I could see that being a very good pick, by the way.
Yeah, the scene that sticks in my head is Endgame,
Okay.
when he stands up and Thanos and his army are literally there. Like there's thousands upon thousands of enemies, and his shield's broke. You know, he's messed up, and he just cinches that shield tight to seal that slash in his arm.
Yep.
And he stands there. There's nobody there with him. And it's just him. But he still has that determination, that look of, I'm going to go down. I'm going to take as many with me. And he just got that confidence.
Well, hell, even when before that, right, when he's fighting Thanos, when one-on-one, right, he knows he's outmatched, right? Especially with the jewels that or the stones that Thanos had at the time, right? Like,
Oh, when he's in Wakanda?
yeah, when he's in Wakanda, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's Thanos is stronger, Thanos is taller, Thanos is he is literally a Titan, and Captain America goes one-on-one with him, right, and holds him off for a few seconds, and then gets beat, thrown fucking across,
Just gets punched.
yeah, like he gets like punted, right? But like, I could see like he's determined to try and stop Thanos, even if it is to the end goal is his death, right? Like he's willing to put that on the line, kind of thing. So,
Well, and somebody brought up I seen a theory about that scene where like he's standing against the army.
mm-hmm.
It literally says, "Remember, there's a timeline where nobody else shows up." Because Doctor Strange looked at that 13 million different
Yep.
outcomes. There is a timeline where nobody shows up, like it's just him.
Damn. That.
And it makes you think, like, and he went out fighting.
Oh fuck yeah. Hell, he probably used the broken shield to stab Thanos and died anyway. But yes. The next one, I thought, since we had kind of like the hero kind of person that we impacted us, I thought about the other side of the coin. Right? What movie villain taught you something important about fear, power, or morality? Right? And for me, well, did I go first, or do you want to go? Do you want to go?
Oh, you can go first.
Okay, cool. So for me, I had two that really kind of stuck out to me, and they both for the same reason, even though one's kind of anti hero kind of thing. And I'm going to kind of play fast and loose with quote unquote the villain for the second reason or second character. But my first one is Ozymandias from Watchmen.
Oh,
and
yes, that's a good one.
The reason why I say this is when he is fighting Rorschach and I want to say Owlman or I don't remember the dude's name, but the guy that's the owl. He's fighting them, and he says, like, his line is like, they tried to stop him, and he's like, do you really think I would have enacted a plan that you could actually have changed? Right? I activated my plan 30 minutes ago. Right? Like he was so forward thinking. He planned this out that they could not stop him no matter what they did. Right? And my second pick was V from V for Vendetta, when especially when he's talking to the doctor in her bed, like her bed chamber, when when they're talking about the Scarlet Hyacinths.
Didn't you say villain?
Yeah, well, I said fast and loose with the word villain, right? And I say, because V, I can make an argument that V is kind of a anti-hero, because
a vigilante of sorts, yeah.
Vigilante, yes, as well. But yeah, and the reason why I picked V is especially for this moment is when the doctor says, I know you're gonna kill me, is it going to hurt? And he says, my dear, I killed you 5 minutes ago. Right,
when
like,
she thanks him.
Yeah, when she basically goes to sleep, right? Like, he could have made that shit last and made it worse and all that, but he's like, he took mercy on her, even though he in his mind is worthy of being killed, right? And so
Oh, yeah.
I'm again, like I said, I'm playing a little bit fast and loose with the word villain on this one, but he didn't have to go for revenge on her. He could just let her go. And so the reason why I said V, because just like Osmandius, right? There's not a damn thing she could have done about it. Right? She could have begged, she could have screamed, she could have tried to fight back, but in the end, there's nothing she could have done.
Yeah, it was already done.
Yeah, it was already done. And a good, when I'm writing a villain, I have to try to make him or her or them come with that mindset of no matter what you do, I've already won.
I'm 3 steps ahead, kind of thing.
Exactly. Right. So that was my pick for that. Yeah. Go ahead, Arcane.
So for my first pick, I did Bane,
Ooh, okay, got you.
and I picked a quote from him. It's I like that quote where he's like, "You think darkness is your ally, but you merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it." And I kind of take that like Bane literally was raised like in the dark. Like he was made into this figure of just raw power from it because he had to adapt. He had
Yeah.
to. He was upbrought in it. See, Batman, his parents died. He had a moment of darkness, and he thought this was it. So like he adopted it to motivate to be what he became. So in a way, Bane and Batman are kind of like two sides of the same coin, just different outcomes.
Right.
And Bane used it more so to strengthen himself and use that to do all the stuff that he does like bad. And Bane, in my opinion, is one of like the best DC villains, I think. Because even like street level heroes, I mean, or villains, he's incredible. And he has some really good redeeming qualities though too in a couple comics.
I
But
think I remember one of the comics where he actually turned good for a couple things or something.
yeah,
Like
there's one where he becomes Batman.
oh wow, really?
Batman disappears. Yeah, and he saves a little girl
Nice.
by brutally murdering the guy that broke in or something.
Wow. Well, that's one hell of a way. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's Bane though for you.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And then for my second one, I had to go Magneto.
Okay, go ahead.
And I picked a good quote for him. Now this one might get a little close to political and whatnot, but it says your humans slaughter each other because of the color of your skin, or your faith, or your politics, or for no reason at all. Too many of you hate as easily as you draw breath. And it's just very relatable, especially with like now times. We are too quick as a society to not get to know each other and talk and see our viewpoints or what our scenarios are. We see something we don't like and it's violence. It's savagery.
Yeah.
And that quote's really just kind of hit when I was like, oh man.
Oh,
This is
it's
like
a good quote.
That is a little too perfect for like what the world's like nowadays.
Yeah. Well, also, if I were to do like a runner up, I'd also say Apocalypse. He has a lot of good quotes.
Oh, he does, dude.
Just
Apocalypse is such a good.
just one that comes to my mind is again, classic villain. I'm far beyond you as, or yeah, he's talking to the human, and he's like, the human calls him a mutant, and he's like, I'm far beyond mutants as they are far beyond you. Like, he has that classic villain trope that he's like, I'm all powerful, right? So that was kind of like the comment just brought to my mind when I was thinking about it.
Dude, Apocalypse is one of those villains. Like, I don't give a crap what uh franchise or realm per se you think is the best. Apocalypse is like a good toe to toe villain, character wise and everything. Like, Apocalypse is just such a well drafted character.
Yeah, I would agree. I wouldn't say I would say um not so much the movie. I'm talking more of the cartoon.
Well, in comics,
Yeah,
well, yeah, the movie
in
one,
comics, yes,
I wasn't too impressed with the movie one, but like comics, animated,
yeah,
those are like,
for sure.
man.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my kind of runner up. But the next question, and I'll let you take a point on this one, Raccoon, is um connection on screen. Which movie relationship, romantic, family, mentor, or otherwise, shaped how you thought about connection and loyalty?
Oh, okay, yeah, I got a good one for this one.
Please.
So I picked Logan for this
Mm,
one. And specifically, I chose his relationship with Charles
okay.
because at this point, mutants are scarce, like they're
Yeah.
scattered. Like the X-Men are not a thing anymore. It's bad. And even through all that, Charles is like mentally losing it, out of control. They're struggling. Logan does everything in his power to care for, to protect, to do the best he can to take care of Charles despite of their differences or the hurtful things Charles says
Hmm.
or what they went through together. Logan sees that father figure that Charles was to the X-Men, and he really does his best to take care of him, and you can really feel the love through all of the scenarios. Like, yeah, he shows frustration, but it makes you think of real life though. We love our parents, but we also get that frustration with them sometimes when they
Mm,
don't listen, or you get frustrated, but deep down you would burn the world for them.
agreed. I can understand that. Um, and another kind of part, I don't know if you knew this as well, but in Logan, Charles is the reason why there's no more, or not a lot of X-Men, or not a lot of mutants. They
I didn't know that
yeah,
because he blames Logan. He says it's Logan's fault.
no, there's a part in the movie where they're talking about the Westchester incident. I don't know if you remember that part of the movie, but I've actually looked this up. Westchester is where the X Mansion is, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a part where Charles is basically going through dementia, right? And he's the world's most powerful psychic, right? So
Right.
imagine all that power with a person's mind that's going, right? And he ends up killing a lot of the X-Men.
Yeah, I
Logan,
just looked it up.
yeah,
It says suffering from a degenerative brain disease, Xavier lost control of his telepathy and suffered a massive seizure, inadvertently unleashing a psychic blast that injured 600 people and killed several of the X-Men.
Yep.
And it is referenced in the film as the Westchester incident, permanently destroying the Xavier School and forced the government to classify Charles' brain as a weapon of mass destruction.
Yep, and that's why they moved to Mexico. But like I said, like it's even with that knowledge, Logan still takes care of Charles, even though he killed a lot of the people that he was responsible for, right? And he ends up trying to like not even babysit him, just kind of like take care of him like a son or like a nurse would do, as best as he can. And he's going through his own shit, and then you have the rest of the movie. But we have just that extra added like little extra on top of that with everything in the movie, man. Just holy shit,
Yeah, like that movie, like all around, like anybody who has not watched it, it is definitely like on my like you should at least watch once.
Very much so. Very much so. And what about you, sir? Or no,
What do you mean?
that was Logan. Sorry, I'm getting a little confused. Sorry.
Talking about dementia here.
I'm right. Holy shit.
Listen, Charles.
Shut up, Logan. But my pick was the crew of the Serenity, from Firefly and Serenity the movie. They go through a lot of crap, right? Going through like passing detection through the Alliance planets, going through Reaver territory, infighting amongst themselves, like going just doing what they can to survive, right? And like just the core, everyone except Inara, shows family, right? Like there's not a damn thing that Mal would not do for any of them. And like he time after time shows that through each of the episodes of the show and the movie, right? Like he does what he can to keep that family together, right? Even in the parts where Simon and River like are causing issues and it'll be harder for them to get through a few things. Mal says, listen, you guys are wanted fugitives. We don't stop moving. You probably would be best on my boat. And, the main reason he says is, well, you guys kind of run afoul of the Alliance. That makes me laugh, kind of thing. Right. But like at the end of the day, like especially at the end of the series, they are a part of his family. There's not a damn thing he would not do for them. And
Right.
on the other side of that, you have the romance between him and Inara, right? Which is sometimes very tenuous and but underlined, he loves her. What in the movie he knows it's a trap and he walks into it. He knows going to see her is a trap, and he literally walks into the fire for her. And he even says it. He goes, "It's a trap." but yet he still goes, right? And she also feels the same way about him, and she does a lot. She ends up like staying and you know, not obviously giving back the same kind of love, even though I wish they did.
Do they smash?
No, they don't.
Damn it!
I
I don't want to watch
man,
it then.
yeah, like holy shit, man, they should have. But you know, like that has a lot of romantic undertones for me, especially in that situation and that scenario. Yeah, that's just my pick.
Both good ones.
Thank you. So, I'll let you kind of take point on this next one as well, because we've already kind of discussed my reasoning, but I'll let you take point. What movie made you feel a strong emotion and stick with you?
Logan.
Yep, that was my pick too.
But
So,
if I remember
go
correctly,
ahead.
I think both of ours were different.
Yes, go ahead.
So for me, oh man, I cannot watch that movie without freaking bawling my eyes out
Same.
every damn time. I don't care. Like I know it's there. I've seen it 100 times. It just It's that last spoilers. By the way,
Yes,
this is your
very
chance.
big
I'm not gonna.
spoilers.
I'm not gonna pull an Arthur. I'm not gonna say
Hey!
it then. Spoiler. It's right at the end there. Those guys have X-23, and he takes that freaking serum and he just does that, just gut wrenching, just roar, and he's just fighting, and he's dying.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, you didn't see Wolverine die.
No.
So seeing this moment, your gut just kind of goes, "Oh my god, this is happening."
Mm-hmm.
And X-23 is holding his hand, and you watch him slip away, and it's like, "Oh my god, I just watched Wolverine die." And you know, it brings like a callback to oh, one moment.
No worries.
It
Good.
it brings a callback to Wolverine the movie when he's in Japan.
Oh, you mean Origins? Wolverine
No, just
Origins.
Wolverine.
Oh, right.
No,
The
Wolverine Origins
Wolverine.
is when he fights
The
Sabretooth.
Wolverine. Right. Right.
Yeah, the Wolverine. And he meets that girl that can see the future, and she's like, "I see you laying there, holding your heart in your hand." And of course, in that movie, you know, he's cutting himself open, like sticking his
Yeah.
hand in there, and you're like, "Oh my god, this is when it's gonna happen." But then you watch Logan, and you're like, "Oh my freaking god!"
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
it 10 times worse because he goes through the whole movie, you know, denying X-23.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, "Nope, nope, I'm not doing this. I can't." But then right at the end of the movie, you know, he hits that point of, "I have to protect this kid." And he literally gives up his life to ensure she can live and move on. And it's like, oh, and then you watch her bury him and puts the cross as an X,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh no.
Oh man, just I might watch this. I might watch that after this podcast, but
I might have to as well, and I'm tearing up just talking about it.
but I'm going to try not to get too emotional about speaking about this. But sorry, were you done? But
Yeah, I'm done.
yeah, it's the same pick, but just to kind of trail on what you were saying was he has the serum in his hand, he knows, like Richter even tells him to take small doses, right? And he knows he needs all of it. He knows if he takes all of it, he's going to die. So he pushes everything into himself and he runs, right? He gives that blood curdling scream and he just guns it, right? And as a father, and of course you're a father, Raccoon, sometimes you sacrifice for your family. And in that moment, Logan is doing everything in his power, like a father, to make sure Laura and the rest are safe, to his own detriment. And that just gets me. And then, of course, right at the end where, you know, Laura is crying, and talking to Logan, and he goes, "Oh, this is what it feels like," right? That point will always stay with me. And she's like, "Dad, you know, don't go," kind of thing, right? When she finally calls him dad, right? And if I'm not, if I'm going to be completely honest with everyone here, I envision my own daughter saying that to me, and that fucking kills me every single time. I could watch that movie multiple times all the way through, and I will always feel that part in my heart, and that will always give me an emotional response, and I will always think of my daughter when that happens. Oof. Sorry. it's very
Logan should be illegal.
Logan
Making grown men cry like this.
Logan should be like Logan should be like Logan should be mandatory watching in every class as a master class of storytelling. I will fucking die on this hill.
It's a perfect story. You know what I mean? Like, the movie is just, it's so well crafted, in my opinion.
Yeah. It really is. Like, taken straight from a lot of the source material. Great story, great editing, great pacing. Just absolute great casting. I will forever watch that movie.
That makes two of us.
Oh man. Sorry guys. I will, again, I can't say enough of that about that movie. I'm going to end that question there because I will continue to blather on about that movie. So, what movie ignited your creativity through either story, art, humor, any sort of creative spark ignited in you? What would you pick for that?
I picked an anime. I picked Demon Slayer. Like, if you've never seen it,
I have not actually.
a lot of the fights are very colorful, vibrant. Um, it's almost like a dance. Like, you watch the fight, and it's almost like a battle of dances. But it's really majestic. Like most fights, you watch it in like a movie, you're like, oh man, like this is intense. Like you're like, oh, this is bloody. But like in Demon Slayer, it's like, wow, this is beautiful. Like watching everything, like how their breathing techniques work, like how their swords spark when they hit. Everything just adds a nice little touch of color, art, glamour. Like it's all around just a beautiful, beautiful animated show, and it's incredible that people can do that.
I might have to watch it.
Yeah, like how you can make something so violent so beautiful in the
Hmm.
same exact moment is just outstanding.
Hmm. I kind of have two picks. One for just storytelling, and a little bit of the art. My pick is Planet Hulk. For those of you that don't know, Planet Hulk is the movie that leads up to the comic book series World War Hulk, which is one of my favorite comic book series. I picked that one because yes, it is animated, so it does tell a story through art, but there is a underlying tone with family as well as storytelling, as well as like there is a group of people, I'm not gonna spoil it, but um there's a group of people that are held together, and just the way that they interact, the way that uh Hulk interacts with them, and eventually at the end of the movie, um people are left standing. It's all about family, it's about new beginnings, it's overcoming obstacles, it's overthrowing your oppressors kind of thing. um so there's a lot of context in that movie for a animated movie, right? And kind of going off of what you were saying, Raccoon, was when something can be both bloody and beautiful at the same time, uh kind of triggered what I was thinking for my second one was Ninja Scroll. And if a lot of people haven't seen that movie, it is a bit more adult themed than it would be like akin to Demon Slayer. Well, I haven't seen Demon Slayer, but I would assume it would be more akin to that. But there's sex, there's violence, there's a storyline underneath the gore, blood, the violence, uh, and it really drives the characters forward, even though all of them have their own kind of goals in mind. It drives the characters forward, and the way they did it, in my opinion, especially the fight between the blind guy and Jubei, really just it kind of like what Raccoon was saying. It was like a dance, right? They were both answering with one another, and just the way that they moved just kind of was very symmetrically beautiful. So
Right.
yes. Hmm. Um, so defining lesson. What movie taught you a lesson that influences you today? I don't know if a lot of people have seen this movie, but I remember watching it at a very young age, and I kid you not, for many, many, many years, I tried to live up to the standard. The movie I picked was Pay It Forward. And for those of you that haven't seen it, I'm not gonna spoil it, but um, in essence, the act of doing one thing makes a world a better place, right? So I'm not saying like you have to change the world overnight, but you know, just doing something kind to someone else could make the difference between, you know, them feeling absolutely shitty about themselves and saying, hey, someone, you know, cares about me. For example, like if one of my friends was having a bad day, I'm like, hey, are you good? Like, do you want to talk? Even if I have nothing, even if I have like no, uh, you know, information on their day, just the act of me reaching out and saying, hey, are you okay? Um, could say to that person, be like, wow, someone wants to talk to me. Someone wants to know how my day was. Um, that could mean the difference between, wow, I feel like I'm very depressed and no one cares about me, to, hey, this person's reaching out to me just to talk, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, what would you pick?
I picked the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Um, because it teaches you that family doesn't have to be blood, and you can come from all walks of life and still find a medium ground despite your differences. Like, for example, Gamora and Drax.
Mm,
They have the worst dynamic throughout literally the whole movie because Gamora is Thanos' adoptive daughter, and Thanos killed Drax's wife
yep.
and kids. So that makes Drax hate her. But due to the character development and uh, family bonding dynamic, they put aside their differences, all of them. You know, you got Groot, Rocket. They were both tortured and everything. They come up from a different line of life. Peter Quill was kidnapped at a young age, raised by pirates, space pirates. Gamora is a living weapon. Drax is a grieving husband, and they all just come together and form this galactic family, despite what they've been through, their beliefs, their viewpoints. They put it aside to become this beautiful family dynamic.
I agree. And even at the end of I believe Guardians 1, um when I want to say Nebula, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, is talking shit about Gamora. um Drax like knocks her out basically, or hits her, and
Yeah,
says,
shoots her with the rocket
yeah,
launcher.
that was it. And he's like, no one talks about that way about my friend, you know.
Yeah,
Right,
he just blows her up. He's
like no one talks about that way. Like I was like, oh, okay, I see it like that. Okay.
you know what,
Yeah.
Drax? I like you.
Yeah, and like he's so literal, you know what I mean? So yeah. Um this one was kind of hard for me. Um so what is your favorite movie and why do you think it became part of your identity instead of just entertainment? And as much as I wanted to say Logan again, um, I didn't chat. Okay, I did not say Logan again.
Heck, I picked it back to back. You could have done it. Just
I know,
separate.
but no. Okay, listen. I tried to think more. Okay, even though I could probably use Logan for most of these questions, but
That's fair.
one of my other favorite movies is Negotiator, right, with Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey. And the reason why I have just why is it one of my favorite movies is it's a story about being persecuted and overcoming absolutely crazy odds to prove that he was innocent, right? Like he he ends up, like, sadly, doing quite a lot of illegal things, but but he went against the odds to when he was being railroaded into trying to be no, taken to prison, right, to be ripped from his family, and he tries to do his best to prove his innocence. And I will forever say Samuel L. Jackson is one of my favorite actors, but just that's one of my favorite movies because he overcomes so much to get his answers. Anyway, that was my pick. What about you?
Mine's not going to be a surprise. I say this, talk about this damn movie in like almost every goddamn episode. 1982, The Thing.
This, you know what? This is your Cyclops. You will inject the Thing anywhere you can.
Absolutely. Dude, it's more than just like it's more than just a movie. It's an art, honestly, because like the storytelling is amazing. They took such a simple thing like Paranoia and turned it into such a cult classic, just horror. It's got practical effects. There's none of that CGI bullshit. It's perfect. The casting was good. The practical effects were amazing. The storytelling was on point.
Yep.
I mean, the whole movie is a masterpiece.
And of course, it
And I
has
will
my
die on
boy.
that fucking hill.
I mean, I can understand that, and of course, it has one of our favorite character or actors in there. Yours being Kurt
Kurt
Russell,
Russell.
mine being Keith David. So, yes. My last question, I would say, is which movie / show do you feel obligated to pass on to the next generation because it shaped you so deeply, and why?
I know we had pretty much the same answer.
So before we go into our answers, let me kind of phrase it this way, chat. As I was telling Raccoon, is think of it like this, okay? You have a time capsule and you're burying it for future generations. You can only pick, one movie or one TV show and a movie. What are you putting in there? Right? That's how I kind of framed it to Raccoon. So, Raccoon, I'll let you go first.
I said the X-Men. Like, I mean, it could be the movies, it could be the animated. I think it's definitely a good one because it I mean, the X-Men kind of cover everything. I mean,
Hmm.
they they are such a wide variety of walks of life. I mean, you've got characters that are gay, you've got characters that are black, Asian, white, uh, Muslim. I mean, you've got a lot of variety. You got religion. I mean, and despite all their different beliefs, their decisions in life, they're they put all that aside and still love each other greatly.
Mm.
And I think it's such a good prime example to show people that it doesn't matter how different we are. We shouldn't let our own personal beliefs affect how we look at other people for their character.
No, I agree with you on that. Um, and yes, I would say X-Men is a great pick as well. Um, I if I obviously couldn't pick X-Men because you did, um, I would have picked X-Men, but um, I would say Gargoyles is another one of my favorite shows, and um, it hits a lot of the same notes that X-Men does as well. You
Mm-hmm.
know, different looks, different genders when you get into later seasons. Um, different religious aspects. Talks about gun violence. Talks about different, like how they're all kind of looked down upon, especially in the earlier episodes. Um, which kind of uh reflects on racism. Like it touches on a lot of topics that are still talked about today. And um you also have that family dynamic. You also have the um love aspect between, first Goliath and Demona, and then Goliath and Lisa Maza. Um you like have, you know, all kinds of different characters, and it just builds family, right? Like they all look different, but each of them cares a lot. They are family, and so that'd be one of my picks, and of course Logan. So that's not a surprise to anybody, though.
And Logan.
and Logan, but yes, but yeah. Again, if I couldn't pick X-Men and Logan, it would be Gargoyles. Yeah,
All good picks, though. I mean, honestly.
yeah. Man, yeah, yeah. Ah, it's been a wild ride of emotions with on this podcast today.
Absolutely.
Um, but guys, I think we shall end it here. Raccoon, I will throw it over to you as I do always. Please promote yourself.
What, you mean like you're gonna throw it back on me, or what's going
If you wish, buddy boy.
on? I mean,
Hey yo.
um, so you guys can find me over on Twitch. It's Jester_Raccoon. I do a lot of variety of games right now. I mostly do Marvel Rivals, but I've been branching out. I also do like some shorts and stuff on YouTube as just Jester Raccoon. And yeah, we like to say that over on my channel when we get to leave is that if it was always sunny, a flower would never bloom to its potential. So sometimes those rainy and dark days are important for us to bloom to our full potential and help boost our growth and to make sure you love one another, you be kind, and to make sure you laugh.
Yes, I would agree with that sentiment as well. And guys, you can obviously find me on YouTube here under Call Arthur, Khal Arthur, spelled normally. You can find me on the same on Twitch. We do a variety of games: Marvel Rivals, Fortnite, Ghost of Tsushima. But I'm a variety streamer. I'm not gonna lie to you. We also do like Fan Fridays and have multiple games that that the community can play with us. But as we like to say on my side, please do keep aware of your mental health. Let's take the stigma away from talking about it. If you need to talk to somebody, talk to a family member, talk to a friend. If you can't, if no one is in your life that can handle that kind of issues, try to reach out to someone that's professionally trained and able to talk you through. You're not alone, no matter what you're going through right now. And as my co-host kind of put it, there are dark days, but that doesn't mean it will last forever. And if you do need to talk to somebody, please reach out. But anyway, guys, let us end it there. And guys, we shall see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.
Bye bye.